presented by AT&T 5G. Tonight, it's game 2 of a semifinal series between the Lynx and the Storm. The Seattle Storm with a 1-0 lead thanks to the heroics of Alicia Clark. Tie game, time winding down. Wickham can't finish, Clark can.
The Minnesota Lynx, Crystal Dangerfield, the Rookie of the Year, struggled in Game 1. How does she bounce back here in Game 2? Odyssey Sims, Bridget Carlton had a big first half of Game 1. Collier and Duntis round out the front court for the Storm. Continuity and excellence. Stewart to jump it up with Collier. And it is Seattle who wins the tip as Stewart taps
in Game 1.
Here is Duntis. Down low to Carlton, being guarded by Lloyd. Lloyd unable to hit, something we did not see a lot of in Game 1 when Lloyd barely missed. Here's Duntis from 3 and a strong start for Minnesota.
And Crystal Dangerfield not getting sped up too much, not trying to make the hard pass, making the correct one to Duntis.
Holly talked about Minnesota needing Duntis as Howard pedals her way in for 2. Chance to win that game.
Yeah, they want to keep it under 14, only 10 in Game 1.
It's the first of 2 semifinal games tonight. Vegas and Connecticut up next as Bird buries the 3.
Switched on to Sue Bird. They worked the ball around until they could get it back to her.
5-5 game. Duntis again from deep from Nafisa Collier. Here's Bird finding a wide open Howard for the finish. Diana Taurasi, her second most in playoff history. Only Lindsay Whalen with more as Stewart draws the foul. One of the things that Gary Kloppenberg did struggle out of the gates. Her first 10 games, she was averaging just hey, she's playing with Sue Bird and Brianna Stewart again, so maybe those numbers aren't going to be as rounded out as they were a season ago.
It needed a little time to work back into shape because of the craziness of COVID this spring.
Collier again getting a look. A 10-9 lead for Minnesota. Game 2 of this best of 5. Seattle a 1-0 lead as Stewart buries the 3.
She did not have many open looks in Game 1. 15 of her 20 field goal attempts were contested in Game 1.
Here's Lloyd working around the screen from Stewart. Gets it back to her, and Stewart, I mean, that is not an easy by Stewart. Here's Sims. Sims with the left hand gets fouled. The southpaw.
Easy finish.
You know, Stewart, those who played at least 10 playoff games, and Rebecca, you saw those. Stewart didn't have enough on it. Here comes Clark. Looked like she might have gotten away with the travel.
I was going to say, did she just walk?
Alicia Clark banking it in. Just couldn't finish. Here's Bird, the flick ahead, and Clark the finish.
Seattle, they can just get that board and go. Advancing the ball, not with dribbles, but with passes.
Dangerfield, a confident stroke from deep.
Yeah, she's looked good early. I think she's handled the double teams well. Here's another one of those times. Seattle advancing the ball with the pass.
And then Stewart shovels. Howard finishes. Both teams. Lloyd the rebound. At some point, these players are going to need a blow. Jewel Lloyd will get each team that.
Along on the back of their jersey. They promised her mother. Players also wanted people to remember that the Attorney General has done in Kentucky that you can go vote and make sure people are in office that reflect your values.
Well, Holly, the player whose idea it was to first get Breonna Taylor's name on the back of the WNBA jersey this season, Angel McCautry, will play in the second game of our doubleheader tonight. Calf, great D from Stewart, read it the whole way, fought for position. Here comes Clark, her jumper is good.
To Nafisa Collier, we've seen Brianna Stewart blow up 2 of those already here in the first quarter.
More good D here, goes off the foot of Duntis. The deflection is going to keep it alive here for Minnesota. Duntis' 3 is good. And Lloyd, after the game the other day, and she was asked, were they concerned at all with the way Minnesota was shooting, the strong start they had? We're not rattled. Stewart, and a foul is called
by her. She's not.
2 fouls. She has led the league in. Epiphany Prince getting some time here for Seattle. She did not see action in game one. Stewart, what a pass to get it to Whitcomb for three. Just
Johnson on the court for Minnesota. Neither of these players played in game one. Coaches understanding that this could be a 200-minute series playing every other day.
How about the finish inside? She saved them in their single elimination playoff win against Phoenix and has really trusted her, especially to guide the rookie Dangerfield through the playoffs and what's uncharted waters for the rookie. As Prince buries the three.
Defender staying in her position and not fouling. So it's a player you can trust even though she's only in her second year.
Russell inside for Minnesota. Mark it down. And Dangerfield step up. Trying to bank it in, no. Loose ball back to Minnesota. Carlton a heave and a hit. Bridge, not that time. Tracked beautifully and controlled by Minnesota. Sims dumps it down to Duntis. Duntis fading away.
Towards a shot blocker. We saw it earlier. If you give him a hit.
Crystal Dangerfield getting more settled and more comfortable.
Saying, you know, you have to go through this in order for us to advance as a team. Crystal Dangerfield has to experience that. And look, she can have another one of those nights maybe in game two, but we need her to find herself by game three. Fine now. Also,
often you see Minnesota playing through.
Rebound taken by McCall. Dangerfield gets fouled by. Take the free throw for you to try YouTube TV. You can just go try it. That's right. You can try it for free, just like a free throw. Go for it. Lloyd's jumper is good. Jewel Lloyd. There with Clark, Bird, Lloyd, and Howard, the starting five for Seattle. A one-point Storm lead. Nice cut by Lloyd, and she gets fouled by McCall. Just incredible numbers. Grit, and teaching her that grit as Jewel Lloyd.
Kind of mentor he was to her.
It's an amazing story, and it's just so cool, Holly, how hands-on Kobe was with so many of these women. But 38-33, Seattle in front. Minnesota has shot it under 36% from the floor. Dangerfield now 1 of 6 rather, for 4 points. Lloyd, catch, fire, and it's hit from 3. Back to Lloyd, 10 to shoot. Russell sets the screen. Lloyd, you bet. Jewel.
This is where Minnesota really handled the trapping action well. Got a pretty open look out of it.
Lloyd, 12 points to lead all Seattle scores. Lloyd, step back jumper is good. Farm halftime. Shot clock turned off. Sims around Duntis. Can't put it in. Rebound Bird. Her half-court heave, and that'll do it for the first half of action. Seattle ends the second quarter on a 14-0 run with Jewel.
Lynx team, and they need her out on the floor.
No question about it, Holly, and they survived initially with her on the bench, but not at the end of the half. We mentioned it before. As Sims hits the Minnesota is not used to navigating long periods with her on the bench.
Yeah, she's steady. She's steady on both ends of the floor for Minnesota.
Stewart squeezes it in.
It's a bit sped up in game one, and here in game.
Howard on the drive, the kick. How about Bird? Alone from 3? No. Howard the offensive rebound and the putback high. Oh, that's a tough angle to bowl at too, you know. Somehow she didn't need a bumper. She kept it right down the lane. As Duntis, 15 points now. Stewart turning the corner. Bird's pull up is smooth. Super
Going off of Stewart's rub screen.
Game one for both Brianna Stewart and Sue Bird was their first game in 2 weeks. And so there was some rust that needed to be. Coming up now. Wilson down the stretch for Vegas the other night. 14-point Seattle cushion. Good D from Collier on Stewart. 8 to shoot. Stewart gives it up. Howard lines it up and knocks it down from double figures. The third member of the Storm to do so. Sims doesn't have the angle, but gets the win. Her first of tonight. The Seattle team just loaded with.
Brandon Stewart has hit her contested shots and missed the 3 relatively open threes that she's had.
4 on 2. Clark from 3 connects. Yeah. No compensator. She's cutting through the wind.
Exactly.
Bird the cut, the dish. Lloyd connects from
transition the other way. The toughness she brings, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. Like I said, it just completely changes their team when she's on the court and when she's not.
How about 11? Bird tees it up, can't hit. The rebound taken by Sims. Bird now 1 of 5 from downtown tonight. Sims waits, floats, hits.
She's real.
Deflected to Lloyd, who can hit the 3. Collier the rebound. A chance here for Minnesota. Dangerfield to the corner. Good look for Carlton. She hits from downtown.
Benny.
Clark, what a play. Howard. And it ends an 8-0 Minnesota run. And a foul called against Holly
this season, but Odyssey said, you know, I'm feeling well.
Game 1, they played a couple possessions of zone. They were in a zone defense right there as well.
13-point game, Seattle in front. Odyssey Sims again with the floater, again with the Seattle. Collier was limited in the first half with 3 fouls. Maybe her aggression's been a little limited in this third quarter with those 3 fouls as well, Rebecca?
That's the thing, is you still have that in your brain in the third.
WhenWeAllVote.org today.
Into the fourth quarter. Brianna Stewart was on the bench, Sue Bird was on the bench, and Minnesota able to make their run in that stretch here. Stewart's on the floor, even though Sue is on the bench. I would imagine Gary Kloppenberg is have one.
Dangerfield working around Collier. In the corner, Duntis a 3 is good. Down 21 earlier in the quarter. They've shaved 13 off that deficit. They've shaved 16 off that deficit. 61, Seattle in front, 46 seconds to go in the third quarter of game 2 of this best-of-5 semifinal. Seattle a 1-0 lead. Collier got fouled by Russell. Seattle 80 seconds of this quarter. As Collier misses, Sue Bird has been on the bench, watching this run from a 14-second difference, game and shot clock. Russell backs into Banham, draws 2, 6 to shoot. Canada contested look is good. Dangerfield on the drive, can't flip it in, but does. He throws. Dangerfield gets that one.
Able to get a lot more out of their offensive sets.
Jewel Lloyd hits another 3.
To it. Setting the screen with Dantas' player and then letting Jewel Lloyd go to work.
Minnesota ended the third quarter on a 21-6 spurt. Dantas gets deep position and spins it in around.
She's done it from 3. She's done it on the block. She's gotten to the free throw line.
Had her contract extended by Minnesota during this season, meant so much to her, and Russell in this game with 3 or fewer. Whitcomb connects on a 3, and what a good 12-point Seattle lead as Whitcomb comes up with a steal, pedals ahead, and lays it in. Lead is back to 14. Duntis keeps it alive for Collier, who bangs in a 3. Collier, the Rookie of the Year a season ago. Dangerfield, the Rookie of the Year this year, both on Minnesota. Good D here from Sims. Comes up with a steal and lays it in. Had a team best plus-minus, plus 13 for Sue. Stewart left all alone. She says, why not? Can't hit, but follows it up and Weaving around Russell. Stewart now.
Involve Jewel Lloyd in a pick and roll, unless you can get a wide open layup.
3, but 15.7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and a 15-point edge for Seattle. They have a 1-0 series lead in this best-of-5 semifinals. Vegas and Connecticut up next as Dangerfield final. Jewel Lloyd, 20 points to lead Seattle. She's doubled, throws it away. Banham zings it down floor, and Sims lays it in. It's a 10-point. Bird's defender falls. Now she's switched on Banham. Stewart working on Collier, and Collier is called. Former teammate at UConn, working with Holly.
Well, we didn't talk about that, and she gave me a look that was like, I don't want to talk about it. She said that should never happen. I opened up too soon. She was definitely going to try to correct that tonight, but Nafisa said, hey, that's just good scouting. That's knowing your personnel. And
as only Holly Rowe could bring up. Minnesota with a big 3 there. It's a 9-point game, 2 minutes to go. Stewart pops out, can't hit the 3. And the rebound will tilt out about
7, Ryan, from 3.
These teams combined to match the WNBA playoff record for most made 3s in a game in game 1. That was 27. They've combined for 13.
Minnesota, good 3-point shooters.
Dangerfield shaded by Clark. Duntis was open, forced the pass in, and again Stewart with a key deflection.
That's how she started the game, and getting another one here late.
Under 90 seconds to go in game 2. 9-point game. Minnesota needs something here. 1:18 to go in the 4th quarter of game 2. Seattle a 1-0 series lead. Collier left alone, can't hit the 3. Golden opportunity there for Minnesota.
Really well-run play to take advantage of what Seattle's doing defensively. Get the wide open look, but can't hit it.
And Sue Bird will take a timeout.
Never seen. I would like to see Seattle play through Jewel Lloyd.
And Bird is called for a travel again. Here is Dangerfield. Going baseline, looking for help. Collier again alone. This one no good as well. Duntis tied up by Clark. And there's going to be 2 of 3 in game 2 before these 2 misses. Minnesota wins the possession. Dangerfield taking a lot of time here. Minnesota needs to go. Dangerfield can't connect. And that will probably do it. See if Minnesota fouls or backs off. A 9-point Seattle lead, 20 seconds to go. Bird is fouled. Difference in this game.
Yeah, without question, and it didn't.
Bird time, but the result is not in doubt any longer. Banham will take a 3, can't hit. Rebound Seattle, foul given by Dangerfield. Suffered a shoulder injury, her head coach. Station. Eight seconds left. Dangerfield will flip in the jumper. And Clark will dribble it out. The Seattle Storm are 1 win away from heading to the WNBA Finals.